Jordan, you
Hello.
messaged on the real world saying that you've watched every single one of my interviews. So I'm wondering, why is that?
To be perfectly honest with you, brother, so I joined the real. So I've been following Tate since the summer of last year. Obviously, like I previously mentioned, I don't do social media. Mainly, I go on YouTube, watch podcasts here and there. And you know, your YouTube reels, I just kept on seeing Tate, and I was like, "Who is this guy? Who is he?" So then I started watching his long form content, and I was like, "Wow, like he is saying things that are digging deep inside of me here." So then, when I joined the real world, I'd say I was a little bit lost because there was so many options, whether it's freelancing or copywriting or e-commerce. I was like, where do I go? Which direction do I take? So for me, I slowed down a bit because I lost confidence within myself because I didn't know what to do. Because I'm more of an outdoors guy. I like to meet people face to face. I'm not really online entrepreneurship. So it was then when I started seeing, I took a bit of a back burner. And when I started seeing everybody's wins from whether it be freelance or whether it be copywriting, and I was watching the interviews with you, I was like, wait a minute, there's guys here, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20, 21, they're making 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand a month. And I was like, okay, let's keep watching. So I was watching more success stories, more success stories. Like, okay, Jordan, it's time to slap yourself in the face. Nothing's going to land on your lap tomorrow. Crack on and work. So yeah, so February the 13th was my official start date, all in, all the eggs in one basket. So it's been a good run so far.
That's beautiful. I love to hear that they've benefited you because, from my perspective, I don't really see the impact it has on people. So, hearing it directly, it's, yeah, great. So,
The,
thank you
the,
for that.
the proof's in the pudding, my friend. You know what I mean?
Right, right, of course. Okay, so let's go into what do you do in the real world? How did the real world help you with that as well?
Absolutely. So, like I mentioned, I was dabbling in each individual campus, and I was like, okay, what is my strengths? So then I've written down on a piece of paper what I've got to appreciate, what's good for me, what's not working for me. And then I was watching some old content from Tate from like 2, 3, 4 years ago when he was mentioning TV advertising, television advertising in the UK. So then I thought, okay, I'm a salesman. I've been in sales since I was 18. Whether I'm good, whether I'm crap, that's other people to judge me. So then I just kind of copied his model in television advertising, got in touch with a friend who also has a digital advertising firm, put two and two together, and now there's screens in the past 60 days, there's screens all over the UK just doing digital advertising for local businesses, and it's just been a trajectory so high, it's unbelievable.
Interesting. And how did the freelancing campus help you scale that?
The freelancing campus for me was it was more listening to Dylan's tactics, the way how he speaks to people and getting on top of your clients and reusing them clients. So for me, it was it wasn't even just the freelancing campus. It was getting stuff from Dylan, getting stuff from Andrew, getting stuff from Adam. It was okay, getting stuff from Arno. Arno's unbelievable. He is like a golden egg for me. Anything that he says, I just copy and use it. It's as simple as that.
Right. So what, you've gone for a lot of Arno's lessons as well?
Yeah, the financial wizardry is where I'm at, and it's there's some golden nuggets in there that people should honestly get a pen and paper and just write it down and implement it in your life.
Very interesting. So it seems your life has changed quite a bit since joining the real world. So how different is your average day now compared to before you joined?
Bro, it's gone from 0 to 100. Like, if I rewound the clock 90 days ago, I was delivering parcels, 12-hour shifts, only getting £100 per day. It was brutal. But that's obviously that was me being a weak human being, not doing the right things and positioning myself on the chessboard in the right place. So now I've gone from making £500 a week to building in 60 days a 60 grand revenue business.
60 days, 60 grand. Interesting. Is that revenue? Are you comfortable revealing profit, or would you prefer
Yeah,
not to?
so February revenue was 23,000, profit was around about 8.5. And then this month was, I'd say, a record month, even though it's only month two, but 34k in revenue, 12k profit. So
Very interesting. Where do you see that scaling for you then, considering this progress?
easy, I'm going to do 100k this year. Easy, but that's profit for myself. And that's going from a 20 grand, 25 grand salary to building a brand that's going to be a $500,000 brand by the end of the year. Easy.
Beautiful. I'll look forward to doing a follow-up with you in 3 months, maybe more, to see how that scales,
Definitely.
because that seems like a lot of potential.
Hey,
for
bro,
sure.
listen, the weather's just getting good here in the UK, so people are starting to smile a bit more, so they're going to spend more money. It's working. It's working.
Nice. Love that. Okay, so in terms of material you've seen within the real world, how different is it to what you can find out on the internet?
The difference with the real world is, like, if you go on YouTube and want to find a niche or a product and learn how to use that product, the real world campus for me, like in each individual campus, it's the more of the you've got to pay attention because you've got to do the quiz at the end. And when you do the quiz, you're kind of reminding yourself exactly what was said in the videos. So I'll be honest with you, the real world is the most successful thing I have ever seen on the planet by a long shot. For you to go in there and sit with professors that are millionaires, they're not some average Joey driving around in a Ford Focus or with a 30 grand salary. These guys are millionaires and they're willing to give you their time, effort, and energy. All you got to do is copy. All you've got to do is copy.
Right. And for perspective, how old are you?
I'm 30, bro. 30.
Nice.
I'm
So
30.
yeah, what you're saying, I mean, you have more experience than me, but from what I've seen as well, it's better than any other educational platform, just anywhere on the internet. And I don't know, even potentially on the planet compared to
Oh no, it's
universities, because it's so
definitely on the
much more
planet.
efficient than universities. Unless obviously you want to be a doctor or something similar. Outside of those areas, it just, yeah, seems to be the best resource that you could find anywhere else.
100%. For $49 a month
Hmm.
to then make £60,000 in revenue do you know what I mean? It's just like, do you know what I mean? Where's the scale there? Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Right, right.
It's crazy.
Okay. And yeah, I love listening to stories like yours. Did the community contribute in any way to that success?
Absolutely, bro. It's like Tate says, if you surround yourself with 10 ice cream experts, you're gonna know everything about ice cream. So when you're inside the real world and you're with 210,000 members that have all got one goal in mind, all on the same journey, guess what's going to happen then? You're all going to succeed.
Yep.
But
And that's what you
it's
see
not
happening. Yeah.
it's not going to land on your lap though, man. You've got to do the work. There's no like what's the right term to use? Like everybody loves to wind down, but that's been my biggest mistake in life, winding down, when all you've got to do is just continue on the trajectory. And if you keep doing that, you're going to get results.
Right. You get momentum and then you have to carry on with that momentum. Otherwise, if you take a break, if you say, oh, I'm burnt out, I need to relax, then you won't, yeah, that momentum won't snowball into anything.
No, absolutely, bro. It's just, the number one thing that I have found, though, my friend, and this is God. I found faith in God. That's the number one thing I've took from this. Now I've found God, and now I wake up and do the right things: press ups, coffee, polite, say hi to people, drive nicely, say hello. Everything just falls into place and it lands on your lap. But if you don't do the right things, just like Tate says, it's a downward spiral, and you're going to hit rock bottom.
Right. Was finding God also because of Tate or for your own endeavors?
Yeah, I've always been an atheist. Always have been. Maybe I did believe there was something, because look, we're humans, we're here. Like, how are we here? But then, obviously, and then I've dived into the Bible a bit more. As I've got closer to God, God's got closer to me, and life's just become more beautiful. And my eyes are more wide open and more perspicacious. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, great. Now, is there any more to say about Wynn's channel? Did that have any effect on you, or is it similar to what you said about the community?
No, it's the Wins channel that should motivate everyone. I'm not saying motivation's a thing, because the more I've listened to Tate and the more I've listened to like the Sartorial Shooter and Tam and everyone else, like motivation's not a thing. Like you just got to get up and do the work. But when you see other brothers winning, it just puts a smile on your face. It puts a smile on your face because you're like, he's done it. He's done it. He's winning. I'm winning too. If we're all winning, everyone's happy.
So what you said about a smile on your face, that's usually a different perspective to what some other people may have that you might know in real life. Have you experienced people maybe seeing your progress as a negative from people you used to have around you before?
My brother, the amount of times people have told me I'm full of shit is unbelievable. And this is to people that are just happy going to work at 9 o'clock, coming home at 5 o'clock, sitting in front of the TV, putting on bullshit TV, bullshit Netflix. They're the ones that are telling me that I'm a joker and I'm full of crap. But I'm the one with the results. So I just let it go in one ear and out the other. But yeah, it's true. What you see is what you get with everything. There's a lot of negativity behind your success, but inside the real world, there's nothing negative. It's all positive, and you just got to put in the work.
Right, right. Okay, and what was your biggest challenge when you were starting your company? Let's call it that.
The biggest challenge for me, like I mentioned, bro, I joined the real world on November the 14th, and I didn't start my brand until February the 13th, which was a Monday. That's a long time to just sit around and do nothing. And that's purely down to bad habits and having zero belief in yourself. Because I stuck inside the real world and started watching people's success and watching your videos, I was like, if an 18-year-old can go out there and do 5, 6, 7 grand a month, and I've got a lot of life experience, I can do just as well. So I just eliminated all my friends. I eliminated all the bull crap. I only surround myself with positivity. I get up on the morning, press ups, coffee, work. Press ups, coffee, work. Press ups, coffee, work. And that is it. That is it.
What would you say to people who call that excessive, working so much?
What else are you going to do? What
Right.
else are you going to do? What else are you going to do?
Exactly. Because yeah, I previously maybe I used to watch YouTube videos, other things, but then you start realizing just how much it starts rotting your brain because you just shut off your brain, and long term is you start feeling shit about yourself. But when you're actually working and spending that time productively, it feels so much better. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I know it's something you would have felt as well.
No, it is. When you're sitting there on your phone, you're kind of waiting for something that's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your brain telling you, keep scrolling, just keep scrolling. It's going to come. It's going to come. But then it doesn't come.
Now, a bigger question for you. What have been the 3 biggest lessons you've learned from your time in the real world?
3 biggest lessons.
Yep.
So the first one, by a long shot, is nothing is going to fall on your lap. It's as simple as that. If you put in the work, the results will come. That's the first one. Second thing I've learned from the real world, because I kind of like to think of myself as outside of the matrix, even though some would still class me as a brokey, but I'm living my life. I wake up when I want to wake up, which, yeah, I do wake up early because I've got to, because I want to make money. But I do what I want. I live on my time. Nobody calls me and tells me what to do. Nobody calls me and tells me to take a break. Nobody calls me and tells me to put my screen time down on my phone. I've got a phone addiction. I never thought in this world I'd have a phone addiction. Now I've got one. It's crazy. And number 3, my friend, is just the positive aura that I carry with myself. Anybody that I speak to now, whether it be male, female, teenager, I just ask them what's the goal? What's your goal? Because it's just why would you not want to talk about the success that's coming and the success that you're doing instead of sitting there and talking about bullshit?
All right. Okay, love that. And then for positive aura, I see it for the screen as well.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
The thing is, I every single week I travel away on a Tuesday morning and I don't come home till the Friday. Now, yeah, I only work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday is like kind of office stuff and a lot of admin. But like my goal now is to extend that. I don't want to have weekend breaks and I don't want to have Monday breaks. Like I want to work 7 days a week. Because if I can work 7 days a week, guess what's going to happen then? My life is going to flourish even bigger.
Right. And that probably sounds so weird to some people listening. Like,
It
really,
does,
you're
bro. It
working
does.
7 days a week? No way. There's no way I'd do that. But that mindset is because you don't realize how good it feels to when things are
This
working
time,
out so well for you.
It's true, because this time last year I was working inside of a food production company, which like you were in a building that was -1 degree, so you had a big coat on, big woolly hat, and you were just putting food into trailers for shopping, like shopping centres. 12-hour shifts, 5 days a week. That's 60 hours. 60 hours. It's just not good. And you were getting £11 an hour, £12 an hour.
Yeah.
And so to some people, they're happy with that. But I wasn't. I was just, my mind was just constantly thinking, I deserve better. I deserve better. But because I'm surrounded with the people that think that is better, I had no direction to go. That was until Tate just popped up on my feed. I was like, he's saying things that are making my ears prick.
And is there any more to say about the impact Tate has had on you?
It's all positive. It's literally all positive if it comes to women, when it comes to money, when it comes to time, when it just comes to reflection, when it comes to brotherhood. It's all positive. It's all positive, and I've had a big celebration that he's been released. And it's all honestly, I'm just wishing them both the best, and on we go. We just keep marching forward.
Right. Okay, so I'm very happy with how the interview went. I have one last question for you. So for people who are still on the fence about joining, maybe they're thinking for $50, it's a scam, right? It must be a scam. So what advice would you have to those people?
You're never going to know until you try. And when you do try, do not give up. Because I give up. I wasted, 60 days? 80 days or something like that? Just sitting and watching. But when you actually do the work, without even thinking about doing the work, doesn't matter whether it's raining, doesn't matter whether you're angry, it doesn't matter whether your woman left you, it doesn't matter whether your kids are crying. Oh, it doesn't matter if your kids are crying, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? You've just got a job to do. Join the real world. It's $49. That's the same price as a meal for two, and just put in the work. That is it. That is it.
Jordan, as I said, really looking forward to see how it scales for you and then getting you on for a follow-up to document that progress. And until then, I wish you all the best.